Hey there guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion number 248, not Saturday Facts. Pretty much meaning they actually put it out at a decent hour this time. And again, I'm not joined by Scarhoof. I should be next week. Last week and this week he's been unavailable, so he should be back next week though. So we'll start out here. Status report written by Twinson. And this is the really good juicy stuff here. So on Monday, June 18th, we marked the last version of 16 as stable. There were no major problems, so now we are almost exclusively working on 17. Work on 17 is progressing well. Regarding the new campaign, we are already internally playing a rough version of the new player experience, which they talked about in Friday Facts 241. We are still trying to figure out the exact and final style and concepts for the improved GUI, but we have some GUI windows implemented in-game already, plus many widgets. We use those to get a feel of what works and what doesn't. The new graphics backend rewrite is nearly finalized, or is nearing finalization rather. A closed beta branch was sent to a few players to test the rendering works correctly across different hardware. The rendering is faster and no major issues were reported so far. There is still much to do, such as improvements to VRAM usage and many experiments with shaders. So that's pretty cool. The rewrite is almost done, and then VRAM usage improvements definitely a good thing, and shaders are always great as well. So then we move on. Since from the graphics department, Albert is working on the GUI and V is working on the new campaign. Only Ernestus is left working exclusively on the entity graphics. He is reworking some more entities for high resolution, so expect some teasers in the future, which sounds awesome. And then this is what I actually like the most about this. There are of course other small projects that are ongoing, such as improved pipe fluid physics and improved map generation, but more on those when they are fleshed out. Yes, thank you. So hopefully the pipe fluid physics means also improvement in the UPS and performance drain that pipes and fluids have right now. I really hope that includes that, because the pipe fluids definitely need pipe fluid physics need a rework anyways. But the UPS drain from pipes is pretty ridiculous. That's why huge nuclear setups, most people don't use them in mega bases. Or I should say most people who care about UPS don't use them in mega bases. Same with steam, and even oil builds. When you get big oil builds, it's an issue because the pipes and fluid stuff takes quite a bit of UPS when you get enough of them. So hopefully they're improving that, and also improve map generation. Thank God. I think most people can agree that 017 has a worse map or not 017. 017 will have good map generation, I hope. 016, I think most of us agree, has the worst map generation either ever or in a very long time. It's in my experience playing, it's the worst. In my personal experience, it's terrible. Half the time you don't get all the resources you need in the starting area, and then it has some super obsession with desert biomes. It's ridiculous how much you get desert, and it's just it's horrible. So I'm really glad they're working on improving this. And our coding always goes as planned without any problems. So this should theoretically play in a thing, but in another tab or something, but it wants me to download it, so I'm not going to do that. Modding support by our seeding. With every major version of Factorio, we work on improving the Lua API modding support in 017. I've been looking at cleaning up my back log of things that I've wanted to implement for quite some time but never got around to. Things such as sync mods with a server you want to join. Yes, please. This would be so great. Having multiple versions of a mod installed and being able to switch between them, this would also be amazing. Letting mods set entities to not require power, that would be really cool. Adding support to clone entities areas of the map from one location to another. That would also be super cool. And in general, looking at quote-unquote hacks that mods are currently doing and seeing if it's reasonable to make the game support what the mod was trying to do in a non-hacky way. Bilka and I have been going over the mod interface request section of the forums and cleaning it up, implementing things that make sense, and taking care of outdated or won't implement requests. Time and time again, Bilka will ask, why can't I do X with a mod? And the answer is almost always because nobody asked for it, so nobody added support for it. So with that said, if you're a mod developer and think the mod API is lacking something, feel free to stop by the forums and ask for it. So definitely, guys, I know There's quite a few mod developers in our community and such. If you have something you want to be able to do with a mod that's not just like absurd and impossible, then definitely, you know, go there and ask for it. Because if you don't ask for it, they won't know to do it and they won't implement it. So fan mail. A few weeks ago, Dmod was showing us some 3D printing belt keychains he made, which you can check out here, and mentioned he wanted to send some to us. I showed it in our team Slack channel, and many of us wanted them. A lot of 3D printing later, he sent us a nice package with gifts for most of us. This is super cool, man. This is so awesome. I looked at the thing and I didn't see a way to buy them. Maybe there is a way to buy them, because if there is, I want one. I really want one. This is so cool. Like even I mean, either as a keychain or like I would totally like hang some of these on my wall or like put them in a frame or something. I think this is just super cool. So yeah, I love it when they get fan mail. And I do want to warn you guys, disclaimer, this next section, while funny, is definitely PG-13 or over. So if you're easily offended or you're like, you know, don't think that like almost R-rated stuff is going to be appropriate for you, then, you know, maybe you should stop watching now. So we move on down to hate mail. And I'm laughing because it's not actual hate mail. It's like a joke hate mail. And I know like what the whole thing's about. And it's it's really funny. But like I said, it's at least PG-13 rated. So you can't receive fan mail without receiving some hate mail. We also received an anonymous package telling us to eat a bag of, and I'm sure you know what word this is. I'm not going to say it because YouTube. Along with a bag of tasty gummies, gummy, you know what's. The truth is, I know who sent it, and it was just a small practical joke. They were trying to show their frustration with the matching server in a friendly, funny way. We thoroughly enjoyed shoving them down. I can't read this without laughing. So they enjoyed them, pretty much. So what's funny is they go to the trouble to blank out this word, and this is blanked out, and then they just don't blank it out here. So if you didn't know what these words are, you do now. So pretty much, I'm not going to name who did this. I'm not sure if they want this known publicly or not, so I'm not going to risk it. But pretty much this was in relation to the Factorio thing, where we were having a ton of matchmaking problems with the matchmaking server. Like, it was getting, like, really absurd, some of the problems with the matchmaking server. So one of the guys... sorry to... these gummy bears, these gummy... I was... yeah, so it was... one of the guys was getting really frustrated and said he was going to send them this as a joke and basically telling them to fix the matchmaking server. And I think this is hilarious. I mean, the devs know it was a practical joke, so I think that's good. And I mean, I can definitely understand where he was coming from, who sent this, because, oh my goodness, it was so frustrating. Some of the stuff with the matchmaking server that was going on. I think they were already planning on doing stuff with it, but if not, it'd be great if they would fix some of the issues. And yeah, I'm trying to remember what the exact issues were. It was something, I think part of it was like something with performance, and then I don't remember, I'd have to ask, but there were definitely issues. So, 20% off, man. So I think that's going to do it. This one was quite funny, but really good info up here for like 0.17 stuff. I'm getting more and more excited. More modding support is always great. You know, it just means more cool stuff with mods to come. And yeah, I think this is going to do it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts below. Scarhoof will be back with us next week, which will be great. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.